After 60, your body begins to change in ways you never expected. You may feel weaker, tire faster, or struggle to lift things that used to be light. But the real shock: studies show that we lose up to 30% of our muscle mass between the ages of 60 and 80, even if we stay active. This silent muscle loss doesn't just make everyday life harder, it raises the risk of falls, weakens your immune system, and steals your independence. But here's the truth. I wish more people knew. You can rebuild muscle, you can get stronger, and you don't need a gym membership or expensive supplements to do it. In Japan, elders in their 70s and 80s are still gardening, biking, even dancing, thanks to the way they eat. Their meals are built around simple, inexpensive, high-protein foods that nourish the body and keep muscles strong. Today, I'll show you 7 of these powerful Japanese foods that you can find in most grocery stores and how they can help you feel strong, steady, and in control again at any age. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Leave a comment below. I truly look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. Why we lose muscle so quickly after 60. If you've been feeling weaker lately, you're not imagining it. The science is clear. After age 60, we begin to lose muscle at a rate of up to 3% per year. That might sound small, but over a decade, it can mean losing nearly a third of your strength. This condition has a name: sarcopenia. But it's not just a diagnosis, it's something most older adults feel in their daily lives. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to get up from a chair, or that your arms tire quickly when carrying groceries. These aren't just signs of aging, they're signals that your muscles are struggling to stay strong. So, what causes this muscle loss? One key reason is that as we get older, our muscles become less responsive to protein. This is called anabolic resistance. In simple terms, the same amount of protein that once helped you build and maintain muscle in your 40s now has much less impact in your 60s and beyond. Your body needs more, and it needs it more often. Another factor is lifestyle. Many older adults eat less overall. They may skip meals or eat smaller portions, especially of protein-rich foods. Add to that less physical activity, and the body has fewer signals to keep muscle tissue alive. And it's not just about looking strong. Muscle is essential for your entire health. It helps regulate blood sugar, supports balance and posture, protects bones from fractures, keeps the immune system working, and most importantly, it helps you stay independent. As a doctor, I've worked with many patients who thought, "I'm just getting old." But often, the real issue was muscle undernourishment, especially from diets low in high-quality protein. This is where the Japanese lifestyle offers something powerful. In Japan, older adults consume small portions of protein-rich foods throughout the day, not just at dinner. From fermented soybeans at breakfast to small fish and miso at lunch, their meals are designed to gently nourish muscle, not just fill the stomach. Why Japanese elders maintain muscle better than the West? In my years of practice, I have seen 2 very different pictures of aging. In many parts of the Western world, growing old often means growing weaker, mentally preparing for walkers, railings, and mobility aids. But in Japan, I've met 80-year-olds who still bike to the market, sweep their yards each morning, and climb stairs without a second thought. So, what makes the difference? A big part of it lies in how they eat and when. Unlike the typical Western model where protein is often saved for one large meal at dinner, the Japanese distribute smaller portions of protein-rich foods evenly throughout the day. This supports constant, gentle muscle repair, especially important for aging bodies that can't process large amounts of protein at once. Their meals are also filled with variety and intention. Instead of relying heavily on red meat or processed foods, they eat a rainbow of fermented soy, small fish, sea vegetables, eggs, tofu, and grains like soba or brown rice, all of which contribute not just protein, but nutrients that support muscle strength, joint health, and digestion. This approach comes from a cultural philosophy called shokuiku, the Japanese art of mindful eating. It teaches that food isn't just fuel, but something that deeply connects body, mind, and community. Meals are small, but satisfying. Protein comes in multiple forms, not just meat. And most importantly, meals are seen as healing, not just habitual. There's also movement. In Japan, daily life encourages gentle, regular activity, walking to the train, tending to a garden, squatting while cooking. These small actions, when done consistently, provide the physical signals muscles need to stay active. One of my Japanese colleagues once told me, "We don't try to build muscle, we try to keep it alive every day." And that's exactly what their culture supports, a lifestyle that prevents decline before it begins. The power of natto, fermented soybeans that strengthen muscle and bone. Let's begin with one of the most surprising and powerful foods in the Japanese diet, natto. At first glance, natto might not seem appealing. It's sticky, stringy, and carries a strong smell that many Westerners find unusual. But inside this humble, fermented soybean dish lies a nutritional treasure, especially for those over 60. Natto is one of the richest plant-based sources of complete protein. Just one small serving, around 2 tablespoons, contains about 8 grams of protein, along with a rare nutrient called vitamin K2. Why does that matter? Vitamin K2 plays a vital role in helping calcium go to the right places, into your bones and not your arteries. For older adults, that means stronger bones, better joint health, and a lower risk of fractures. But natto does more than nourish bones. Thanks to its fermentation, it also contains natural probiotics which support gut health and improve nutrient absorption, including the protein your muscles need. And in aging bodies, where digestion often slows and absorption weakens, this kind of support is crucial. In Japanese households, natto is often eaten for breakfast. It's not treated as a supplement or health trend, but simply part of life. A small bowl of rice, a bit of natto, sometimes green onions, mustard, or raw egg. This modest combination quietly supports the body in the way no pill can, sustained nourishment from the inside out. There's a beautiful rhythm to this way of eating. Rather than consuming large amounts of protein in one sitting, Japanese elders offer their bodies steady, gentle signals throughout the day, encouraging muscles to stay active, not break down. One of my patients, a 74-year-old man from Seattle, began adding natto to his breakfast a few times a week. He first heard about it from his Japanese neighbor, who was still hiking at 82. At first, he found the texture strange, but he kept at it. Within weeks, his energy improved. His digestion became more regular. And in his next check-up, we noticed he had regained a bit of lost weight, lean weight, not fat. This may sound like a small victory, but in geriatric medicine, small victories are everything. The science backs it up. A study published in Nutrients found that older Japanese adults who consumed fermented soy products like natto regularly had better muscle mass, higher functional scores, and greater independence than their peers. Miso soup, more than just comfort food, a gentle source of daily protein. You've ever stayed at a traditional Japanese inn, you likely remember waking up to the soft aroma of miso soup, warm, savory, and deeply comforting. But what many don't realize is that this humble bowl of broth is doing much more than warming the soul. For older adults, miso soup offers a powerful yet gentle way to get plant-based protein, along with a host of other benefits for muscle, bone, and immune health. Miso is made from fermented soybeans, often mixed with rice or barley, and aged for months, even years. This fermentation process doesn't just add depth of flavor. It also creates natural probiotics, enzymes, and nutrients that become easier for aging bodies to absorb. A single bowl of miso soup may not contain as much protein as a steak, but that's not the point. What matters is that it fits into a rhythm of regular, low-dose nourishment throughout the day. In Japan, miso isn't a side dish, it's a foundation. Often served with breakfast, lunch, or dinner, it becomes part of the background of health. Always there, always gentle. One study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older Japanese adults who regularly consumed fermented soy foods like miso had lower rates of sarcopenia, as well as better metabolic health and more stable blood sugar, both of which are critical for maintaining muscle. What makes miso especially unique is how versatile it is. You can add tofu, seaweed, green onions, even small bits of fish or mushrooms, each bringing their own minerals and protein. It's not just a soup, it's a quiet ritual of rebuilding, one spoonful at a time. And unlike protein powders or heavy meat-based meals, miso soup is light on the stomach. For older adults with slower digestion or those who no longer enjoy large meals, it's an ideal way to support the body without stress. One of my favorite patient stories comes from a woman named Alice, 78, who began drinking miso soup daily after her granddaughter taught her a simple recipe. Alice said it became her midday hug. After a few months, her blood pressure improved. Her afternoon fatigue faded. She felt, in her words, held from the inside. That's the beauty of traditional foods. They aren't loud. They don't promise miracles, but when woven into your life day after day, they begin to change things, quietly, steadily, and deeply. Small fish, the tiny Japanese superfood for muscle, bone, and brain. Health in the West, we often think of fish as something special, served once or twice a week, maybe grilled or baked for dinner. But in Japan, fish, especially small, whole fish like sardines and anchovies, are part of daily life. And for older adults, they are nothing short of a superfood. What makes these little fish so powerful? First, they are incredibly rich in high-quality protein. Just a small handful of dried anchovies or a single grilled sardine can provide 7 to 15 grams of protein in a form that's highly digestible and easy for older bodies to use. But the real magic lies in the extras. These fish are eaten whole, bones, skin, organs, everything. That means they're packed with natural calcium, phosphorus, and vitamin D, nutrients that support not just muscle, but bone strength and joint stability. For someone over 60, that's vital. And let's not forget omega-3 fatty acids, the healthy fats found in high amounts in oily fish. These support brain health, reduce inflammation, and even help protect muscles from breakdown. Studies show that older adults with higher omega-3 levels experience slower muscle loss and improved physical function over time. In Japan, small fish show up in countless ways. Grilled sardines at breakfast, dried anchovies stir-fried with sesame oil, or a simple broth made from dried fish heads. These aren't expensive delicacies. They're everyday staples, deeply woven into the culture. One of my patients, Bill, 81, had always avoided fish because of the smell. But after trying a Japanese-style sardine dish made by his daughter-in-law, he was surprised, not just by the taste, but by how he felt afterward. Clear-headed, he said, like my brain turned back on. He now eats sardines twice a week and jokes that it's his memory food. What I love about small fish is that they are gentle on the wallet and generous to the body. A bag of dried anchovies can last weeks. Canned sardines are shelf-stable and easy to prepare. There's no need for fancy sauces or recipes, just a squeeze of lemon, a bit of rice, or even eaten plain. For older adults looking to rebuild strength, protect their bones, and stay sharp, these tiny fish deliver far more than their size suggests. Tofu and soy foods, the golden protein for aging bodies without meat. As we age, many people naturally begin to eat less meat. Some find it harder to digest. Others simply lose the appetite for heavy meals. But the body's need for protein never goes away. In fact, after 60, you need more protein, not less, to maintain and rebuild muscle. That's where tofu and soy-based foods come in. In Japan, tofu is not a substitute, it's a staple. Soft, smooth, gentle, on the stomach, yet surprisingly rich in nutrients. A single 3.5-ounce serving of tofu provides around 9 grams of complete protein, along with iron, calcium, and healthy plant compounds known as isoflavones. These compounds don't just help muscles, they also support bone density, heart health, and even hormonal balance, especially important for older women after menopause. Tofu is also incredibly versatile. It can be eaten cold, with soy sauce and scallions simmered in broth or lightly pan-fried until golden. In Japan, it's often served alongside other protein-rich ingredients like miso, seaweed, or fish, creating a meal that's both nourishing and deeply satisfying. Beyond tofu, Japan's soy-based food culture includes yuba, tofu skin, okara, soy pulp, abura age, fried tofu, and soy milk, all gentle on digestion, affordable, and easy to prepare. These foods provide steady protein throughout the day without the heaviness of red meat or the cost of processed products. One patient of mine, Evelyn, 76, had trouble with meat after a stomach surgery. She began eating soft tofu soups and miso with small cubes of tofu. Within weeks, her energy improved. Her muscle loss slowed. And for the first time in months, she said, "I feel full without feeling tired." There's also a cultural elegance to the way the Japanese treat tofu. It's not just food, it's a symbol of balance and humility. The soft texture, the neutral taste, the way it absorbs flavor without overpowering. It reflects a philosophy of eating that honors both the body and the moment. In modern Western diets, we often chase high numbers, more grams of protein, more calories, more supplements. But the Japanese approach reminds us that gentle, consistent nourishment wins in the long run. Japanese eggs, soft, simple, and surprisingly powerful for muscle after 60. There's something comforting about eggs. They're familiar, easy to cook, and gentle on the stomach. But in Japan, eggs are more than just breakfast. They're a symbol of nourishment, and when prepared thoughtfully, they become a powerful tool for supporting aging muscles. A single egg contains 6 to 7 grams of high-quality protein, along with essential nutrients like vitamin B12, choline, and selenium. These support muscle repair, nerve health, and energy metabolism, all critical after age 60. What makes the Japanese approach to eggs special isn't just the egg itself, it's how they're prepared and when they're eaten. Instead of heavy omelets or greasy sides, Japanese-style eggs, called tamago, are often served as a light, fluffy, rolled omelet, seasoned gently with soy sauce and a hint of sugar. They're steamed, not fried, balanced, not greasy. Served with rice, vegetables, or soup, they become part of a complete, digestible meal that supports muscle health without overloading the body. In fact, in traditional Japanese households, eggs are often part of breakfast, not dinner. This gives the body an early dose of protein, which studies show may be more effective in supporting muscle synthesis in older adults. One research article from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition noted that protein distribution throughout the day, especially starting in the morning, can significantly reduce muscle loss in seniors. I once had a patient, Don, 79, who started making simple tamago-style eggs after watching a Japanese cooking show. He swapped out his usual toast and jam breakfast for a small serving of rice, steamed vegetables, and rolled egg. Within 3 months, not only had he regained some strength, but he also reported better focus, less brain fog, and fewer afternoon crashes. For older adults with limited appetite or digestion, eggs are often a perfect choice. They're easy to chew, versatile, and quick to prepare. You can boil them, steam them, soft scramble them, or serve them atop warm rice for a comforting, protein-rich dish in minutes. And culturally, tamago is also served in bento boxes, hospital meals, and even sushi bars, always as a reminder that simple foods, done with care, can carry deep healing. Buckwheat soba, the noodle that feeds strength, not just hunger. In the Western world, noodles are often seen as comfort food. Delicious, yes, but not exactly nourishing. But in Japan, one particular noodle stands apart. Soba, made from buckwheat, not wheat, and rich in quiet, surprising strength. Unlike refined pasta or instant ramen, buckwheat soba is naturally high in protein, fiber, and antioxidants. A typical serving can offer up to 12 grams of plant-based protein, especially when served cold with a soy-based dipping sauce or in hot broth, alongside tofu, egg, or small fish. What makes soba special for people over 60 is its digestibility and balance. It's light on the stomach, low on the glycemic index, and won't cause the blood sugar spikes that sap energy and harm muscle recovery. It also contains rutin, a natural antioxidant that supports blood circulation and may reduce inflammation, something aging muscles and joints truly appreciate. In Japan, soba is more than food. It's tradition and symbolism. Every New Year's Eve, families gather to eat toshikoshi soba, year-crossing noodles, as a way to say goodbye to the old year and welcome the new, with long, unbroken noodles representing long life and resilience. I once asked an elderly Japanese woman in Kyoto, she must have been well into her 80s, what her secret was for staying active and independent. She smiled and said, "I eat soba and walk to the market. Nothing special." But of course, that is special. It's simple consistency, day after day, that keeps the body strong. Soba is also incredibly versatile. You can eat it hot in soups or cold in salads. Pair it with soft-boiled eggs, grated daikon radish, or even natto if you're adventurous. Many Japanese elders enjoy it with just a light dipping sauce called tsuyu, made from dashi, soy sauce, and mirin. And best of all, it's affordable and accessible. Buckwheat soba is now available in many Western grocery stores. Just be sure to check the ingredients. Some brands mix buckwheat with white flour, so look for 100% buckwheat or jowari soba if you want the full benefit. Edamame, the simple Japanese snack that fuels muscle and joy. Imagine a warm bowl of bright green soybeans, lightly salted, steamed just right. You pick them up by the pod, pop them open with your fingers, and enjoy the tender little beans inside. This is edamame, a favorite snack in Japan, and one of the easiest ways to get more plant-based protein into your diet after 60. Edamame may look simple, but it's packed with power. A single cup provides nearly 18 grams of protein, along with fiber, iron, magnesium, and folate, nutrients that aging bodies need to preserve muscle, support energy, and stay resilient. Unlike protein bars or powders, edamame is real food. No artificial ingredients, no additives, just clean, whole protein from the earth, offering a balance of amino acids that your body can use efficiently. It's also low in calories, gentle on digestion, and surprisingly filling, making it perfect for those who have smaller appetites but still need to nourish deeply. In Japan, edamame isn't just a snack. It's a ritual, shared at the table with family, served alongside rice and pickled vegetables, or enjoyed in the evening with friends. The act of slowly shelling each pod, bean by bean, invites mindfulness, a small, calming moment that nourishes both body and spirit. One of my older patients, Rosa, age 82, told me she started eating edamame every afternoon instead of cookies. It's fun, she said. I feel like I'm feeding myself something real, and I don't feel sleepy after. That small shift helped her stabilize her blood sugar and even improve her energy throughout the day. Edamame can be found in almost every grocery store now, often in the freezer section. Just steam or microwave for a few minutes, sprinkle a pinch of salt, and it's ready. You can also toss them into salads, stir-fries, or rice bowls for extra protein. What I love most about edamame is how approachable it is. You don't need to learn a recipe. You don't need to cook a full meal. Just a small bowl, a few minutes, and your body gets exactly what it needs. Gentle strength, one bean at a time. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. From one human heart to another. Rebuilding strength after 60 isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body, right where it is, and giving it what it truly needs. Steady protein, gentle movement, and kindness. The Japanese way teaches us that health doesn't come from big changes. It comes from small, consistent choices. A spoon of miso in the morning, a few bites of tofu at lunch, a handful of edamame in the afternoon. No rush, no pressure, just quiet care, day by day. You don't need to try all 7 foods at once. Just start with one. Let your body feel the difference. And most importantly, remember this. You are not weak. You are rebuilding. And every step, every meal, every moment of care you offer yourself, it matters. If this video brought you a sense of hope or clarity, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share which food you're most excited to try. And don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more healing to come.